Alright, moving on to 9. These ones are the ones where your functions really come in handy, because on this you just have to graph the image. You don't even have to put these points down. You just have to put down where the transformed version is going to be. So if you remember your function for doing a 90 degrees clockwise rotation, it'll make this a lot easier. So here, let me write here on the right side, we got xy goes to, hold on one second, sorry about the pause. The function for this guy is you're going to switch the order of your coordinates, and you're going to make the new y value the opposite of the old x value. So if you got this point B, the B prime is going to be at 0, 2. C prime is going to be at 3, 4. Z prime is going to be at 4, 3. And X prime is going to be at 4, 1. So notice how all that's in like this first quadrant here. C is at 3, 4. Whoops, that's 3, 3. 3, 4 is there. So there's C prime. Z prime is 4, 3. So there's my Z prime. And X is 4, 1. Oops. So X prime is going to be right there. And we get our lovely shape right there. And thanks to our little function, we didn't even have to draw the pre-image, just a post one. Okay, when you're getting to 10, this is a reflection across the line, y equals x. The function that goes along with that is xy gets mapped to yx. Yeah, you just exchange the coordinates and you got it reflected across the line y equals x. And so if you want to do k prime, you just interchange it, so -2, -5. A prime is going to be 1, -4. I prime is going to be -1, 0. And J prime is going to be -4, -2. So now we got all of that. We're going to plot them on our graph here, -2, -5. There's our K prime. A is 1, -4. So A prime is 1, -4. I prime is -1, 0. And J prime is -4, -2. So there's going to be a J prime. And we got our lovely shape here. Connect them all up, and there's our number 10. And especially on these ones, knowing the function is going to help you a lot. So if you remember earlier, if you do a 180 degree rotation, you're going to take your x and your y and just make them the opposite side. Just like that. And so, if we're trying to get e prime, we just take our coordinates and make them the opposite sign. So it becomes +2, not y. -2, +2. J prime is going to be at -1, -2. R prime is going to be at -3, -3. And S prime is going to be at -5, -2. And that's all there is for 11. On 13, the translation is 5 units to the right, 1 unit down. So that function, if you start out with an xy coordinate, is going to be x plus 7, because that's moving it to the right. And then 1 unit down is y minus 1. So take all your coordinates here, add 7 to the x values, and subtract 1 from the y. If you add 7 to -3, you can get 4. Subtracting 1 gives you 0. So there's J prime. F prime is going to be 5, 2. And N prime is going to be 5, -1. And there's your points then. Here, let me box these in for your viewing pleasure. On 12 and 14, again, think about what rule and what happens to it. The reflection across the line is a little bit difficult to put down in a function. If you really want to know what it looks like, it would look something like this. Yeah, so your function looks like this guy. The x value doesn't change because it's just this horizontal line. When you reflect it, the x doesn't change. But this guy here, that's the complicated part. Basically what happens is this absolute value chunk, absolute value of y minus 2, is you take whatever your y value is, get the distance it is from 2, which is our line, and then you guys subtract that from 2 to give you your new value. So basically, j prime, x is still the same, 3 is 1 more than 2, so you have to go 1 less than 2 to get your new y value. U prime, x stays the same, 5 is 3 more than 2, so you have to go 3 less than 2 to get your new y value, and that's going to be negative 1. R prime, x stays the same, 5, again, 3 more than 2, so you have to go 3 less than 2, it's going to be negative 1, just like on U prime. And C prime, 3 stays the same, 2 is the same thing as 2, and so if you reflect over that, you get the same thing, so 2 is still going to be there. On 14, the translation, 6 units right, 3 units down. Yeah, if you just follow a function of xy goes to a x plus 6 and y minus 3, because down is negative for y, right is positive for x, and so you take your s to get s prime, and you're going to add 6 to negative 3 to get 3, take away 3 from 3 to get 0. C prime is going to be negative 1 plus 6, which is 5, 4 minus 3, which is 1. W prime is going to be negative 2 plus 6, which is 4. And negative 1 minus 3 is negative 4. And there's our new W prime, S prime, C prime. And I'll box those in for you. And there's all your answers.